Hi everyone, a bit of a different setup this week for our online top tip. I just wanted to talk you through taking a live lesson via the school computer, as I'm aware that most of us will be at home either using a laptop of our own or a school laptop which might have the Teams app. But unfortunately in the school computers the app doesn't work as efficiently because there's not enough storage available, which is something we're working around and we haven't quite found a solution for yet. So I just wanted to make sure that we felt comfortable when we were coming back to blended learning with taking live lessons, just because it's looking like we might be taking lessons simultaneously in the classroom and streaming online, or for some subjects that might be an option for them. So I thought I would kind of talk you through that option. So it's a bit more of a casual kind of run through this week. I just wanted to talk you through what options there were. So for the first thing, when you're joining a meeting, you may want to check your setup. So this is the screen that you would see just before you join. You can decide whether you want to enter with your camera on or off, or your mic on and off. Obviously we're going to need the mic on for the pupils at home to be able to hear us, but you might not need the camera on during the lesson. It's entirely up to your own judgment on that. If you wanted to check your device settings, this customize setup function allows you to check what settings are selected, and you can change this through the meeting as well, but it's just worth checking before you enter that your microphone is connected to the Hue camera properly. It does come up as an option. It would say no microphone detected or no camera detected if it wasn't connected properly, but it's just making sure that everything is as you want it with the Hue camera set up for the microphone and camera. Particularly because in the school computers they don't have a mic connected to them. You have to connect via your webcam in order for the pupils to hear you. So your webcam, Visualiser. So now that I know that everything's okay there, I'm just going to join a meeting. This is just an example team that I've created for doing these kind of training video type things. And once I'm in the meeting, there are a few things I just want to highlight that are different from the app if you have been using the app currently. So the tabs itself, so all the different kind of functions, normally are at the top of the screen when you use the app, but when you're using the web browser you will see that they're kind of hovering in the midst of the screen just now. So you would have to, if they disappeared, just kind of hover over with your cursor and that would return again. You've got the same functions that you would normally in the app, so you've got your camera turning off or on, your mic on or off, your share screen option, which allows you to share your desktop or a specific window, a specific PowerPoint, or the whiteboard kind of function. And you've also got your more actions, which allows you to change your device settings, which is your visualizer that we just looked at the start. So the fact that you've got your microphone and camera connected. It's also got your meeting details if you want to allow more people to change share screen options, presenter options. It wasn't showing me it there for some reason, but it allows you to do that when there's more than one person in, I'm sure. And also to access the chat and participants functions. Sometimes these two functions go inside this more actions tab if it's mid-lesson. So my show conversation and participants function are visible just at this section there. Now you'll notice that they've kind of disappeared into this three dots function now that I've opened one of them. So if you want to access the show participants or the chat function when you've got a tab opened, you have to switch it in that kind of three dots more actions section. Okay, so I'm just going to close that just now. Now in terms of actually taking forward a lesson, so if you've got a PowerPoint to share or if you want to share your visualizer, there are a couple of different options in order to do so, so that the pupils in the class can see it and so that the pupils at home can see it as well. Now I've got my projector on at the moment so that you can kind of see what it would look like. They can see exactly what's going on my screen at the moment because it's just the projector. It just shows exactly what's on your screen as it normally would in a lesson. Now, I think moving forward, which is the easiest way to conduct a lesson like this, is to open your share tree and share your desktop. Now, if you share your entire screen, what that means is that whoever is at home can see everything that is on your screen, and it means that whatever you're showing the pupils in class, they don't have to tell you that you need to switch screens again or that they can't see a certain window. They would just see exactly what the pupils in the class are seeing. So that might be me opening up a PowerPoint, it may be me opening up a video for the class, it may be me sharing my screen via the Visualiser as well, so using the Hue website, and that allows us just to flip between different options. If you've got one thing you want to show and then flip between from Visualiser to PowerPoint, for example, like we would in physics if we were going through a calculation, it means it's really easy. You don't need to worry about what's happening on the team then, you don't need to worry about what they can see, and it just makes it a lot easier all round, and I think that's how I would be using it moving forward. The other option is that if you are on your Teams meeting, if I stop sharing that just now and then share a PowerPoint instead, then that PowerPoint will still share to your projector, which you can see here. I've got that on the screen, that's just sharing as normal, and the pupils at home would also be able to see that. But the one thing I will err to the side of caution with is if you are using your Visualiser with the pupils at home and the pupils in the classroom directly via the camera. So I'll show you what I mean by this. If I wanted to use this Visualiser for, let's say, just to see my face if I was talking about something, or if I wanted to use it to show an experiment in science, I would say that that was totally fine. But the one thing that becomes an issue with the Visualiser on Teams, and this only seems to be the problem in Teams, is that it flips what is happening if you are writing anything down. Now, that isn't an issue for those who are at home, because they see it the right way around, whoever is connected via the meeting, but that is an issue for those inside the classroom, because they are seeing directly what is on your screen, and what is on your screen is something that's back to front. Now, I've had a look into this via Microsoft just to see if there was any way at all for changing this, any way of just flipping around what you can see on your screen, because there would be no reason for us to see something in a mirrored image. And currently they don't have the option in order to flick between, if you were sharing your screen in this way, directly via the team itself. So if you're using just the camera like I was just now, it's not suitable if you are showing out working or any kind of lettering at all for those who are inside the class, but that would only be for those who are inside the class. Whoever is joined via the meeting can see it perfectly fine. It flips for them, there's no issue for them seeing that, but it's just something to highlight. My way around that would be just to share your desktop screen, use the Hue website, use your PowerPoints as normal, so it would be almost teaching as normal, but you just share your desktop screen, and then it kind of fixes all of those issues. I hope that's of some use. The main thing is just making sure that we're reducing our workload, that we're not having to duplicate too much work. Whilst we've got pupils in here, we want to kind of give them our focus and attention, so it's just making sure that it's as easy as possible when we've got multiple lessons one after another. And for me, the advice that I would give is to share your desktop screen, your entire screen, get on with the lesson as normal, and get the pupils to log in and join the meeting, listening in to the meeting. You can kind of catch up with the chat in between setting tasks. I hope that's okay. If anyone's got any specific questions or any queries or anything at all that they want to ask about, if I've missed anything at all, please get in touch. I just wanted to try and make this a little bit less formal, but also I didn't want to throw a new learning tool towards you when we're kind of coming to the end of the home learning section. We're more moving towards blended learning, so whatever we've been doing so far has been working amazing. So I just wanted to more so help us with the transition to blended learning. So if there is anything at all, please get in touch. Thank you.